Hello there, everyone. Welcome back. And there's yet another few more movies that I did not record my reaction to or my thoughts on that I watched for the first time a while back. So I'm doing that now. And that is with Collateral, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, and for Black Adam. Let's start with the more decent one, the Seeking a Best Friend for the End of the World. That one is a surprisingly good film. I know I say surprisingly a lot these days. That's because it seemed to have just I wasn't told anything about it, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do here with the story? Because it starts out with basically some people listening in on recording that there's an asteroid headed toward Earth, and you could basically say it's like I was gonna say Fifth Element, Armageddon. That's the movie I'm thinking of, where the team goes to the asteroid, tries to destroy the asteroid, and they succeed in that one. But in this one, it's like they failed, and the asteroid's coming toward Earth. They have no more means to defend against this asteroid coming to Earth that's gonna wipe everybody out. So that's it. Everybody's just listening on the radio, like, yeah, the away team that was working on it failed, and they have like a certain amount of days until that's the end of the world, basically. And like right there, it's just like, wow, you're right now on extremely borrowed time. There's nothing that can destroy the asteroid. You've got to deal with it. You got to deal with life and what short time you have left with it, and that's it. That's it. Some people were killing themselves. Most people quit their jobs, of course. Society as it is, that's run by technology, is shutting down in different areas. A lot of people are crazy. Some people are rioting. Some people are just trying their best to party and not deal with it too much. Just try to have some fun, whatever. Some people are trying to survive in their own little bunkers and whatnot, thinking they can survive it, which maybe, but who knows? And then you got our characters that we're following, which is Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, and they're neighbors. And turns out that she's accidentally gotten his mail quite a few times and didn't give it to him until now. And one of them, he received a letter from his childhood like crush or sweetheart. I forget specifically what the relation with that was, and he's like a little pissed off about it because he could have maybe reconnected with her. He's a very chill guy, just day to day routine, nothing super spectacular, just a normal little life. He's got a maid that's very loyal to him and working and stuff. And he's like, oh, why are you working? Go home. And she's like, no, I like working here. And he's like, oh, just leave. Be with your family. She's like, are you firing me? No, no, no. She's not fired, but she's really treating it as if there's going to be a tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, basically. And so you can understand that, but you'd think spend time with your family. And anyway, so following them, they go on a journey. He and Keira Knightley go on a journey to go meet his girl, basically. And there's a lot of little antics that happen along the way, and like, man, I want to rewatch this again because I don't think I gave it the attention it deserves right away during the beginning half of the film. I just remember bits and bobs of the first half. I was really more engaged in the second half of the film. And there's like a point where they get picked up by somebody after they run away from a riot. They get picked up by someone, and he believes that the guy that picks them up believes that he's an assassin to kill him. He hired an assassin with the world being over. He hired an assassin to kill him in some way, shape, or form. And he ends up, he does end up getting shot by somebody, or I forget how he dies, and they run off. And so these guys, so they have to go somewhere else. They go to a restaurant of which is open, but they're all pretty much just relaxed as hell, pretty much having sex on the counters, and then also serving you food and whatever, like having fun. And it's like, okay, shit, this is interesting. And as you're just going along through the movie, you're seeing different things and different relationships. We end up stopping by his father's house at one point, and they have not had a good relation at all. They were, very, he's very bitter about what happened with his mom and everything and how that happened. And he could have just really hated and despised his dad, and that's it. But he forgives him, and it's like they end up having a good time together, and it was just like really wholesome. And he ends up at some point, Steve Carell ends up at the girl's house that he was looking for, the crush. And he could knock on the door, he could go in, he can maybe meet her and whatnot. But through this little adventure and journey, he's got feelings for Keira Knightley's character, so he goes for her. Instead, he chooses to avoid that, whatever that would have maybe been with this other woman, and he's going to spend his last little bit of time on the planet with her, with Keira Knightley. And it's like when they get to the end and they're in bed and they're thinking about just whatever they can, it's getting closer and closer. It's a countdown basically to the end of the world here. Like all that he can, all that they can do. She's getting scared, like she's terrified. He tries to keep her distracted, keep her okay, whatever, thinking about something else. And then you just see a huge light, or you hear some noise, then you see a huge light, and that's the end of the movie. And I was just like, this was good. Like a lot of times it seems like the ending of a movie can like make or break it. And the ending, I think, really solidified it. It wasn't like luckily the asteroid missed the Earth and now we're all okay. And or a random superhero came up and destroyed it for us. Yay! Somebody launched a last second team thing and was able to push it away or blow it up. And some of the, like, no, everyone's gone at the end of the movie. So it's I don't know, very very good psychological kind of, like what would you do, and how do you value time regardless of there being an asteroid anyway, like what would you have done differently. Really liked that one, really liked it. I do want to watch it again and pay more attention to what happens in the beginning, and I recommend you guys check it out. It was pretty good. I don't know if that many people have seen this one. I haven't heard anybody talk about it before, and yeah, I really liked it. And as I was talking, I found more to talk about it, like I did with Whiplash. And I'm actually going to end this video here, and I'll talk about the other two in their own video later. I mean, fuck, for all I know, I'll remember more of them and then end up talking longer about them too. I don't know. But that's the end of this one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.